Hey, good morning all of you. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to my channel. This is me, Poonam Avasthi. In this chapter, Beta Life in the Rural Areas, today's topic is Implications of British Land Revenue System. So, here we go. In this video, we will learn about implications of land revenue systems of British. The British introduced 3 land revenue systems in different parts of India. The main objective of the British behind these was high and hassle-free land revenue collection. The 3 land revenue systems were the Zamindari or permanent settlement system, Mahalwari system and Rayatwari system. Today we are going to understand implications of land revenue systems introduced by the British. So the land revenue systems introduced by the British led to very high rates of land revenue. Whatever may be the land revenue system, there is no denying the fact that the rates of land revenue were very high. In spite of all their best efforts, the peasants could never pay them back. Yes or no? And the next is poverty. As the revenue was being periodically revised and raised, it became quite difficult for the farmers to pay it. Yes or no? Because of this, they were forced to mortgage their lands to the moneylenders so that their lands were not auctioned to recover the revenue. But borrowing money also landed them in the pressure of loan. Yes or no? So they had generally to sell or dispose of their homes, ornaments, land and the other belongings in order to pay off the debts. So all of these land revenue systems, it also led to poverty. Yes or no? And yes, we understood that land was made a saleable property. It was a new innovation of the British government to make land a saleable property. But by this, the peasants were forced to pay high rates of land revenue under the threat of their land being auctioned. But in doing so, as we have discussed, the government forced the peasants to borrow money from the moneylenders and became their prey. In this situation, the whole village structure was shaken at that time. As we have discussed in the past 2 videos, that there was nobody who was ready to take the responsibility in the innovation in the field of agriculture and soil. So there was a decline in the investment in agriculture. It reduced the availability of food in India, which further reduced the food security in India. Yes, in this pressure, the pressure given by Britishers to Indian farmers and peasants, because of this pressure and the necessities, needs, peasants and farmers, they were forced to grow cash crops now. Now understand cultivation of cash crops. The 19th century saw an increase in the cultivation of commercial or cash crops such as indigo, jute, oil seeds, sugarcane, tea, coffee and cotton. Why there was an increase? Because these crops were widely used in the British manufacturing industries and hence the British company, they encouraged their cultivation. The officials of the company forced the peasants to sow cash crops in their fields. And slowly and gradually it resulted in the decline of the production of food grains and acute shortage of food supply. About this, we are going to study more with the help of indigo example in the next video. This is it for today. Implications and cultivation of cash crops. These 2 topics we have done. In the next class, we are going to study cash crops with the help of indigo examples. Thank you so much. Keep watching, keep learning.